Welcome, my
Hi, Carol.
friend.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy. I feel so blessed today to have you in this time with me. And sorry, I not introduced yourself because I want you to introduce yourself for everybody. So you can start now, my dear.
Okay. Well, Carol, thank you so much. It's so great to see you. First of all, I think the last time I saw you was at the Long Beach show, and great to
Yes.
see you there at the aesthetic show. Hello,
Yes, in
everybody.
Miami too.
Yeah, no, my name is Nerida Joy, and I am an esthetician of 42 years. Next month in May, I graduated beauty school in 1978. And
Wow.
I am from Australia. I'm an Aussie. I studied in a French school, beauty school in Australia, which was all about a lot of massage, no extractions, but a lot of massage. And I had my own business when I was 19. I had my second business when I was 21. I came to America when I was 29. And I am very big on the education. I've studied a lot in similar things to you, Carol. You know, I've done my Reiki 1 and 2, my
We're talking about
iridology, bush essences, crystals, you know, a lot of the holistic areas in nutrition. And it was wonderful to be able to learn a lot of different things because, of course, you know, we don't use all these things on a daily basis, but I always say it gives us another language to be able to talk to different people. And in our business, when we're doing hands-on and we want to get the best for our clients, it's just so wonderful to have tools, you know, tools that make sense to us, that we can help change people's lives. And I think that that's what's so wonderful for me. So so that's where I am. I'm here in Los Angeles, and you know, I have my own practice, which obviously I'm not working right this moment, but I'm looking forward to getting back, and really missing that hands-on and missing my clients.
Too. Me too, me too. But talk to us about your 5-star method. I saw that you branded that, and then I was like, oh, I want to know more details.
Yeah. Well, the 5-star method is something that I created because I had done a lot of videos for people, for esties mostly, to be able to watch and see what it is that I'm doing, to be able to learn. I feel, you know, if people can watch what I'm doing, it's easier than me just talking about it. So, you know, on my YouTube, I did many, many videos. And then, you know, once you've got, you know, 60 hours of videos, you know, it's very difficult for people to watch that length of time. So the 5-star method was designed to be able to shorten things in a way that that people could see it in a shorter length of time, but still understand what it takes to be a 5-star esthetician. So the 5-star method it's a package of how do we as an esthetician, how are we 5-star? Because I want people to know that you don't have to work in a 5-star spa to be a 5-star esthetician. You know, being a 5-star esthetician is a package. And it's about, you know, having confidence yourself. It's about how you know, present your space to your clients. It's about how you do your treatments. It's about educating your clients and really being thorough with what we do. You know, I want, you know, one of the things when I was traveling around America teaching esties how to do peels and different things and how to do skin analysis, you know, almost 30 years ago, I realized that people, you know, they come out of beauty school and they don't know how, you know, they know this is the face and this is, you know, and I'm supposed to be able to know what to do right now. And I felt like they just didn't know how to move forward from that. You know, they didn't know how to really analyze the skin and analyze it in a way that they would be able to get really great results for their clients and see the results quickly. So, you know, the 5-star method is designed with PDFs. It's got videos, and it's designed to help an esty whether you're straight from beauty school or whether you've been an esthetician for a long time, be able to work on people and get results quickly, and have the tools to be able to, you know, help your client at home, and
Incredible.
help them, you know what to do at home, and talk to them about prescribing, about their products, and making sure that everything they have at home has a purpose for them. And it's not just, you know, 100 products on their counter in their bathroom. So the package it's a package, and it's designed to really help shorten things for people, but also make sense, you know, and help them with tools. Yeah.
It's awesome. You know, Nerida, I want to share how I found you.
Yes, please.
Yes, because when I arrived in here, I was thinking, what am I gonna do? You know, I don't even speak English. I mean, I'm still learning. It's always something new to say, especially some type of the skin conditioner. Sometimes I have a hard time to, you know, pronunciate. So that's the hard part for me. But anyway, when I started here, I'm started to searching in internet, and I was curious to know who's the best estheticians in LA, who's the best esthetician in Los Angeles, and your name pops up, Nerida Joy, and I was like, Nerida Joy, let me see what you do. And then I started to follow your videos. This was like 11 years ago, and I was trying to you know, get more used about what you do, and I really feel myself like connected to your energy, because I like to share too. I like to give it to other estheticians and professionals to share with them knowledge, you know, because I'm not better than anybody. You know, I just have a more opportunity sometimes, and then sometimes people don't looking for opportunities, you know. But I definitely agree with you, because when I have chance to be in a class with girls, I see most of them, they don't feel confidence to start, and I was there too. You know, 15 years ago when I started, even I did a lot of practical classes. I was like, how am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? How I can start, you know? And we know we have to start with the questionnaire, you know, to the fill of the form, and then we know about them a little bit more, and then from there we have steps to do. And it's amazing. So thank you for sharing that. This is incredible. And I told you we need to make your book. I already have everything planned for that. It's just a step to you. They can just get to you and start with you little by little to talk to you. I talk to these people that have this company for books, and she told me, we're ready for her. Whatever she wants to start, we can do. So you can do the 5 starts book, you know, method. That would be awesome to share with another esthetician. But let's get to the topic today, right? So we're gonna talk about skin disorders and wellness. So most of people, sometimes they don't understand what it is, because else we have a clients watching now. I invited some clients to watching, but most it can be professionals, and they already know a lot of estheticians. But I would like to hear from you that explanation to them.
The explanation about when you say invite, you've invited people in, and to explain. So you mean, when you said disorders, you mean talk about disorders, or
No, I mean, skin disorders, it can be, you know, a bunch of things. It can be things like irritating the skin, and I hear and study that someone's they're permanent, like eczema, psoriasis. Correct me if I say wrong, because that's my problem sometimes, you know. It means is a skin conditioner, you know. So I challenge that sometimes I have a patients, you know, clients to come to me, and they have something that I cannot treat. I for sure recommend to go first to dermatologist. But when we analyze, we also have experience to tell them little by little what it can be. You know, they can be rosacea, they can be eczema. You know,
well, I think that you know, when it comes to, you know, skin disorders or skin complications, you know, everybody is sensitive. I always like to tell people, you know, yes, I'm not a doctor. I am an esthetician.
Yeah.
I think it's really important as an esthetician to be able to know what certain things look like, you even though we cannot prescribe, medications, absolutely, prescriptions. But it's important to be able to recognize things so that when people come in to have a facial, that there are the things that it's okay to touch this, or it's not okay to touch this, and to be able to guide them. But I think, some of the things that I deal with in my practice is more eczema and dermatitis. And the difference between the two are that, eczema is that dry buildup, constant buildup of flaky skin that, can be itchy. It's a very delicate area. The dermatitis tends to have the little bubbles in it more. So sometimes it can weep a little bit. And so, I always say to people that even though they do recommend, there are creams out there on the market that say this is great for eczema and dermatitis, I always tell people you have to nip it, meaning you've got to get to the cause and try and stop it as quickly as possible. And the only way you can do that is you have to go to a dermatologist. You have to get a prescription for it. There are about 3 different types of creams for it. Some are more steroids, some are hydrocortisones.
Yeah.
But the over-the-counter ones don't work. They don't work enough. It's very important that you nip it in the beginning, because if you go and you get that cream and you have a little bit of eczema, and maybe you have it around the corners of the nose, or you have it on your hands, wherever you have it. I get it when I'm stressed on my hands. Then you've got to get that cream. You've got to get the prescription. You've got to use it for 3 days.
Away.
And within 3 days, you should be able to see a difference. If you're not seeing it stopped or getting better within that time, then it's not the right one for you. Call your dermatologist again. Tell them you should notice a difference within 3 days. So, some people get it on the eye, whether it be topical eczema from makeup that they're using, or just stress. Stress. It's not just a word. It actually, attacks our weakened organs. So, in face mapping, because there are different parts of the face that show us what organs are being irritated, whether there's inflammation there, whatever.
Yes,
I think that when people get eczema and dermatitis, it's something like, where are they getting it on their face is really important, because that also tells me that is their sensitive area. So for instance, if they are getting it around the eyes, and we know it's not a topical eczema, but we know it is more stress related, then that area there is the stomach. So it's a conversation I then have with my client. It's like, okay, when you're eating, are you eating on the run? Like, how, are you sitting down and relaxing and eating? Because these things are very important. When we all come into this world with weakened organs that we bring on from our parents and our grandparents. And, I'm going to say it again, but stress is not just a word. It does attack our body, whether it attacks our hormones, whether it attacks our stomach and messes with our digestion. It really is something that is important to look at like that, that it's not just a word. And I say it many times because it takes a little while to sink in. It doesn't just sit here or up here. It actually goes through the body. So I think that I think it's important, to recognize that. And I think, as we go on, life is more stressful, especially now. It's whether it be because things are moving faster and trying to keep up with everything, or, just aging is bloody stressful, it's stressful in like, what do I do to keep my skin, lifted and tight, and like, so all these things we have to sort of take into consideration and recognize it and come to accept that this is what's happening, but it doesn't have to be that way. You know, like you can change things, and just making those little steps of it, you know, just making a change, just one change at a time, because it's, you know, it is sort of getting out of here, right? And moving on something. So I think that dermatitis and eczema are very often stress related. Psoriasis too, you know, there's no one cure for these types of things. You know, rosacea, another one, you know, where there's a lot of inflammation, has a lot to do with digestion. And I think that, you know, more, you know, as lifetimes go on, there's a lot more people out there with inflammation. And I think it's very important to be aware of the inflammation foods, to be aware of the things that do give us, do make our life more difficult. Because, you know, I'm noticing when
it's frozen a little bit.
I notice that I'm having to, you know, to change the way that I do my treatment. I don't use steam a lot on people anymore, because I'm finding that, you know, the heat is a problem. And I'm finding that, you know, more people need cooling. I mean, I'm using ice more in my treatments, you know, and
I've been seeing now more ice.
So it's just it's an interesting thing. But the inflammation foods, the tomatoes, the bell peppers, the spicy, the red wine, is just a no-no for a lot of people. And I think that you know, it makes a big difference if you're feeling hot in the face, if you do get a little flushed when you have spicy, you know, if your rosacea flares up, you've got that ruddiness, you know, take those foods out of your diet. It's a really great and an easy thing to do at home. And be conscious that rosacea does have a lot to do with digestion. You know, as I said, there's no cure for these things, but in turn, you know, at home, there's things you can be doing at home to keep it at bay. Is very, you know, very important.
This last class that I took in Germany in 2018, the first class was absolutely about nutrition. And I was surprised, but I've been learning from all these years. Any extra class that I get in France too, they talk about nutrition first, because everything reflects in your skin, how you are inside. So it comes inside out, you know. So definitely stress is the biggest problem right now, anxieties, because this aggravate these problems, you know, they change the skin conditions. And they can have eczema, they can get worse. The people get melasma, they can get worse. I hear dermatologists, because I've been following a lot of doctors too from Brazil that I was used to work before. And they've been telling that melasma now, people calling them and say, what's going on now? Is everything shows up? And then it's just about the situation we are now, you know, COVID-19, sorry, my Portuguese comes up. Is a COVID-19 getting us now isolate, you know, in our home. And for some people is really difficult, but I can tell you right now, for me, it's time for me to have more time to study, you know, to get to connect to people like you, wonderful, you know, and other professionals that talking about wellness at home. So we definitely have to talk about wellness now, because people have to do something, you know, they never do before, because they don't have time. They now have time, you know, just plan your day. That's what I've been telling, like, people calling me. Yesterday I did one online, free online consultation, because this person find me in Instagram. So I like to do face call in that situation, because I also they cannot do big analyze, you know, her skin, but I can see her skin gets more dark spots on her skin. And I start to asking her what's changed. And she now have to find a different job that she don't like to do. So much stress, you know, and it shows in her skin, because the doctors say the melasma gets more dark when you get stress. Because all your immune system is changed.
Well, because, you know, again, it's for those people that have those sensitive areas. It's melasma is hormone driven, right? I mean, the sun, the hormones, and if you're not outdoors as much now, but you find that melasma is getting worse, your stress is affecting your hormones, you see. So, you know, what I'm finding is that people are being more aggressive. They're doing more things at home, and they're using peels that maybe they wouldn't do because they're either not seeing an esthetician, or they're just looking at themselves in the mirror more going, oh my God, what can I do for my skin? But I you know, I want to say to people, please don't go there, you know, please. And I did a video about this too. It's, you know, people, they want to be doing stuff, and it's scary. You know, it's scary to me that they sell the kinds of products they do on, you know, the internet that are way too strong for people to be using. And, you know, when people are seeing more melasma because they're stressed, that's affecting their hormones. You know, of course, we know sunlight, there are certain things that, you know, certain medications make it worse as well, the melasma. But a big one is, it is stress, and stress affecting the hormones, you know, that it's that estrogen, obviously, the female hormone here, unlike acne, it's the male hormone, an overabundance of that here. The melasma is the estrogen. So it's definitely, you know, playing havoc with that. And, but, you know, but there are some things, again, it's keeping, you know, to help these people at home that are noticing their melasma more. You know, it's the things like the licorice extract. Look for ingredients that are your licorice extract, your kojic acid, your alpha-butans, your mulberry extract. And, you know, the stronger route is the hydroquinone, but I'm not a huge fan of that because I find that, you know, of course, it has been banned in many countries because they found it to be cancer causing, but you understand that that is in large quantities. But the problem with hydroquinone is that, yes, it will lighten and brighten the skin initially, but if you do not stop using it after the 8 weeks and you continue using it constantly, you've upset that tyrosinase, the melanocyte cycle. You're always going to have a problem. So I think that, you know, hydroquinone it definitely works. It has a purpose, but you have to you've got to use it 2 months on, 1 month off. So that's another bleaching, you know, agent, right? But the arbutin is a derivative of that. It's a very, you know, there are a lot of great lightening and brightening treatments that you can use for melasma, for the blotchiness in the skin, and just really being great with your sunscreen. Of course, vitamin C is another one that works on lightening and brightening, and aids as an extra sun protection too. But your bioflavonoids, you know, your arnica, all of these things really help lighten and brighten and feed the skin a lot of nourishment, which is important. You know, drier skins tend to look more blotchy. You guys have got to keep your skin hydrated, you know. Don't go too aggressive. Keep the skin hydrated and protect it. You've got to protect it. And I'm telling people now, you know what, one layer of sunblock is just not enough. You have to apply 2 or 3. If you have a little melasma in certain areas, put your SPF 50 all over your face, or 40 plus all over the face. Go back, put extra coatings of the sunblock in areas where you have your melasma. You have to layer. People have to layer more. You know, get the retractable brush sunscreens to carry in your bag so that you don't have to get goop on your hands, and that you can just reapply it when you're out. But people have to layer more. They've got to keep their skin hydrated. You know, don't have things that are too hot. Don't drink, you know, don't heat makes melasma worse, and inflammation makes melasma worse. So all these things, you know, for someone who suffers with melasma, these are really important things for you to know, that you know, things that are going to keep your melasma at bay. You've got to protect it. You've got to use ingredients that don't burn and fry it. Like, you know, you've got to be careful. I mean, retinols are great. AHAs are great as well. You know, the different metallic, the lactic acid, you know, they're all really great for melasma. But at the same time, too much of anything is a problem, right? So, you know, it's everything in moderation, and to be consistent with that, you know, that's what works.
Yeah, one thing that I always recommend to my clients, and I should be make a video for that, don't do what everybody doing now, because it's not for all type of skin, right? So the first thing I told her yesterday in this in this consultation is like, please don't go to Amazon and buy pills that you see there because there's certain people using, because the skin have to be analyzed.
Yes.
You've been doing like in this big congress, and teaching girls that we have to go step by step with
Yes.
our client. We cannot tell them to put whatever for all of them.
Yes.
It's customized. It's customized facial for each type of the skin.
Yes.
So that's the huge problem right now, Nerida. I don't know if you feel that with your clients. Sometimes they come to me with a lot of products. They go to shopping store and to the beauty store, and these ladies, I don't know if they have a knowledge enough on skin. They start to recommend products. They are good products, but sometimes not for the type of the skin that person.
No, that's right.
Right?
Yes.
So I tell them that
a huge
bring
thing.
it back.
Absolutely. It's, I'm going to say it again. It's what you do every day. You should never go too strong. I don't prescribe even prescription retinols. I mean, obviously I can't, I'm not a doctor, but I don't even recommend them because I think that, my sister, okay, and I've told this story before, but for a lot of you who haven't heard it, my sister has cirrhosis of the liver from too much vitamin A in her body. Now, she's never been drunk in her life, probably had, alcohol once every 10 years. So it's something that vitamin A is absorbed into the bloodstream. Okay, it definitely is. That's why when you're pregnant, you shouldn't use it on your skin. And yet, why it is, there are so many great retinols out there that are non-prescription, that are combined with other, whether it be peptides or vitamin C, or, they're combined with other things that are so great. Why are people still using prescription retinols? I don't know. Because not only, usually they can't even use it every day. You want to be able to use things every single day, be consistent. If you want your melasma to be better, if you want your scarring, your acne, pigment issues, you want your wrinkles to be better, your pores smaller, you want to use stuff every single day on your skin. You don't want to use a prescription retinol and then use it for a week and burn your skin and damage your capillary walls and make your skin all dry and red and then not be able to use it for a month. I mean, that's a waste of time. But what I mean, retinols are great, and there's so many different, A1, A2, acetate, palmitate. There's all of these, vitamin A derivatives that are so wonderful on the skin. They're all different molecular size and weight. There's a lot of purpose in being able to use different molecular sizes of things on your skin, because your skin is it's like a house. It has many layers. It has a floor, it has walls, it has a roof. And you want to be able to get to all those layers. You don't just want to be retinoic acid going to one area in your skin and working there. You want to be able to work on your skin as many layers at one time. And that's how you build a strong skin, so it's really important that people understand this. And I know, there's a lot of amazing doctors and dermatologists out there that really, put the time into educating clients. But our clients need to be educated. And this is what I hope for all these Estes. That's why when I go and speak, I say to all of you, you've heard me.
I hear you for 11 years.
Yeah, it's our job to educate our clients, because there are thousands of products out there on the market. And it's really important that we know skin. We do hands-on. We're not sitting there writing prescriptions and handing them to people. We're touching people's skin. We know what works. And it's really important that we let our clients know this, that we explain to our clients what they personally need to do that's right for them. Because what's right for one is not for the other. People are more and more sensitive today. There are different types of melasma. There are different
Yeah, it
types of
changes a
acne,
lot.
so many different things that it's really important that we take that person individually, that we customize what we prescribe for them for home care. You know, it's
Yeah.
very, very important. And I think that people, you know, that I want people to know this, right? I want people to know that, you know, that bring it all back inside you, and let's look at what's going on with you, what we need to do to help your skin, because melasma is so tricky, and, you know, acne is so tricky. So there are all these things we really need to customize our treatment. We need to customize our home care for the clients. These things are very important.
Exactly. Yeah, when people come to me, I do this, form that I have to a lot of questionnaire. So I ask if they drink. The questionnaire have asking for everything, what type of vitamins they take. I mean, most of the question is for their lifestyle, you know, how they, if they do exercise, the level of the stress. I have like top of levels. They can have to tell me like numbers, you know, the 1 to 10, where you are in your stress, because the stress and in a certain trauma, they can cause this, you know, especially acne. I have people that I treat because they have the traumas and they have this really inflammation acne. And then little by little, we give it to them like our, you know, knowledge. We're not doctors, but we can give to them step by step. They can change, you know, do exercise, do things to make you feel comfortable and good. I add to my service, because long time ago, I studied about aromatherapy. Oh, yes. So now I add the products to that I'm working now, doTERRA, and then before I start Nerida, the treatment, I tell them to do deep breathe and deep, you know, breathe out. So that makes such a good difference, because sometimes they get there so nervous, they want the results right away, and I have to tell them this is a, you know, commitment that we're gonna do. For I do my part with them in my office, and they can do their homework, I call. And they're home, so we have to work like a team, you know. You have to do your part at home, and just forget what everybody say. Now it's you and me. We have to show them our, you know, skills, and feel confidence and feel secure to say what you learn. What you learn from you, what you learn from specialists, you know, because I want to show you, because I also work in Brazil with the Les Novelas Estetics Brazil.
Oh, wow. Yes.
I was in the magazine because I said to people, I have a knowledge. I study so much. So here's the one treatment when I show in Brazil. And then it was a body treatment with this doctor. And another magazine is about my trip to Australia, so I have to, and I telling people, I'm very good what I learn. I learn from people like you, Nerida. You're so knowledgeable, you know, and I have to tell people to trust in me, you know, and this take time. It can be 3 months, 6 months, depends how they take care of themselves at home. That's the part they cannot control. If they drink, if they do, you know, if they eating, if they smoking, it's a lot of things can affect the treatment, and then we cannot see results. Or sometimes they take too long to come back. That's another problem. Because I try to make a package so that way we can make a commitment together. But they pay and they don't come. They're like, how this is gonna have a result for melasma, for acne, and other certain things we have to do, you know. I'm pretty happy with that company that I work right now, because they have for all types of skin. I have products that I can use, and especially for rosacea, as I learned in Brazil, you have a certain like 4 types of different rosacea.
There's a lot.
So levels, right? So when the people come to me in the first level, I'm so happy, because first level we can treat and then we can guide them to the good things to do. But when they come like when it's really the worst, level, I send to the doctor like right away. Like
Yes.
this is I cannot even touch. It's inflammation,
You
rosacea.
know, you know what I do is with rosacea.
Okay, let me
There
know.
are many different levels of it, and there are things that that affect it. You know, it's an emotional thing. It has a lot to do with gut health and the digestion. And you know, straight away, I'm going to take people off the inflammation foods. And again, I'll verbalize what they are. They are tomatoes. They're your bell peppers. You know, a lot of the nightshades, right? Your red wine, especially, and spicy. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, people have to understand that every body is different, okay?
Yeah.
We are all built in a certain way. And it is something that's really important to understand that. If you do get hot in the face, you get those rosy cheeks. If, you know, it's something that's important to stay off those foods, just stay off the inflammation foods. And then, you know, there's something that I recommend to my clients that you can buy from Trader Joe's, you can buy from Whole Foods, that you can get online, psyllium husk powder, right? And that what that does is it helps with gut health. You know, it's not for everybody, and please everybody understand what I'm saying is it's just tools that maybe you can pull from and try for you. But the psyllium husk powder, for people that have that in the morning, it does help with rosacea. You know, it does help with these types of things, and anything cooling, because there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of inflammation with rosacea. We want to keep things cool. And you know, maybe it's cool colors, because even colors affect, like if you're wearing red, I mean, that actually does stimulate those hemoglobin blood cells. You know, it does.
Yes.
There are things that you want to stay away from. You want, you know, colors, all these things do affect us. And it's really important to understand this. So rosacea is, you know, I'm going to sit down and have a big conversation with my clients with all of these things. I mean, I walk around, I look them in the eye. It's like, this is you and me today. Yeah, that's it.
Look in my eyes. This is you and me. Yeah,
that's right. Because this is what's going to help it be better for you. And you know, and it is trial and error with things. And there are creams out there that help with rosacea, of course. And you know, with all the things that we've discussed with the dermatitis, the eczema. But the initial stages of these things, especially with eczema and dermatitis, they do need prescription cream. They do have to get the right one. If you are not noticing a difference within the first 3 days, it's not the right one for you. Go back to your doctor, ask them for another one. With rosacea, you want the products that have the arnica, the mallow. You want things like melasma. It's a very sensitive, a very delicate skin, and you want to internally be staying away from foods that are high inflammation foods. You don't want to be having hot showers. You don't want to be having steam saunas. You don't want to be doing things like that, because it's going to make it worse. And the other thing I think that's really important to address is the lymphatic system. You know, if in iridology, in studying iridology, the lymphatic system, first, if we understand the white of the eye, the sclera, and then you've got your iris and your pupil in the center, the very outside circle of the iris is the skin. It's our circulation. And what happens when you see a lot of what we call lymphatic rosaries, they're like little cotton balls all the way around, like very congested around this area, the very outer part of the iris. That means that your lymphatic system is very congested. So, you know, what's important for our body, for our skin health, for our health in general, is keeping the lymphatic system clean. And I always say this, I say to people, remember that our bodies are made of more than 70% water. As we get older, that declines, okay?
Yes.
But if you look at a stream that's moving, it's clean. If you look at a dam where water just sits there and is still, it becomes stagnant and rancid. And it's really important to understand that our body needs movement. whether you're having massages, whether you're walking, you know, out walking, it's very important that you have movement in your body. And when you walk, it's very important that you swing your arm and you push your arm back. It's more important than here. You've got to move these big
the lymph nodes
here and in your groin area. Very
walk
important.
like this.
Push back, push back. Yeah. You know, this is what keeps your body healthy, and your body, you know, it's going to come through your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of elimination. It shows us what's going on the inside. So you guys, you've got to have movement.
Definitely.
You've got to be walking, swinging your arms. You need to be doing massages. You need to be doing these things, because your lymph system is a really important part of being healthy. You know, it's about skin health. It's about body, everything. It's organ health. It's everything. Very, very important.
I learned so much with you. So yes, I learned about lymphatic drainage.
Yes, yes.
It's said in English, right? Because in Portuguese we say opposite. But anyway, it helps a lot to, you know, detoxify the skin, right? So even the body or the face. So we activating like lymph nodes, the littles in the corner of the skin, right?
That's right. Yep.
So people been asking for to show a massage, so I can probably invite you to show like in a video some like massage that people can do at home. You know, they cannot do like us because they have to treat themselves. So I'm planning to recording this because I have a lot of people asking me what I should do, because another dermatologist that I like in Brazil, she's did that video. It was amazing because it's just a little steps, Nerida.
Yes, yes.
And then it helps people, because she talks so much now for not to apply Botox right away. We have to treat the skin. We have to do our best to avoid Botox in the future, right? And some people, they do like what everybody do. That's my point now, to talk to people, you know, don't do that. So certain things you can do every day at home. Keep your skincare routine, you know, and do your massage. So I have my 5 minutes, 7 minutes doing like just massage. It looks so weird. We have to do like this for the lines right here.
Yeah, with the tongue.
It looks so weird. The videos are like, I have to post that video. I'm not gonna feel comfortable because it's changed so much. We have to do like this, but it is the way it works, right?
Well, it brings
to.
oxygen to the blood. It, you know, very important. Yeah, it's really important. But you know what she said about, you know, the movement. I mean, it is so important, and it is, you know, the lymphatic drainage. It's the skin really shows when people are doing Botox. It does create stillness, you know, so there's no movement, right? So that's why massage is very, very important, because, you know, to sort of add to what you said, it's like if you're going to get a facelift, it's very important that you prepare your skin. If you're, you know, there's a lot we can do to our own skin without going and having other things done. There's a lot of benefit. There's a lot of things that we can do. And if you are going to be getting a facelift, or there's still, you have to prepare your skin. You have to prep it, because you know what, you're going to have a better facelift if you do that. And it's the same, you know, whether what you're saying, you know, if we're doing more things to our skin, bringing oxygen to the blood, then, you know, maybe that wrinkle where they wanted to get the Botox, it's not going to be as deep, you know. So there's a lot of things. You have to bring oxygen to the blood, otherwise your skin will not look pretty. And if you want your skin to be dewy and pretty, you've got to work it. You've got to get oxygen to the blood. You don't want to just have stillness and not move, because your skin is not going to have that dewy, pretty look. It's just not. It's going to look flat and lifeless. So it's very important that people understand this. You know, movement is just super important, whether it be facial massage we're doing at home, using different devices to massage our skin. Any type of movement is great.
It's great. Yes. It's the same for the body, you know, because people do so much exercise and worry about the body, especially in Brazil. And I
Yeah,
tell them, how's about the face? The face need to work out.
yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah,
have to go to your esthetician. You have to do it by yourself.
yeah.
But Nerida, I saw a lot of questions and we almost done. I don't know what to do. What do you recommend? We should be get done and do another time just questions or
Whatever you would like to do, we can come
yeah,
back and
because
do
in
another,
10
or we
minutes,
can jump
what
another.
happened is in 10 minutes it should off. You know,
Yes,
it's
yes,
gonna
that's right.
close.
It's going to shut up.
And
Yes.
then we can open again just 20 minutes maybe for questions if people
Sure,
stay and waiting,
sure.
right? Because I see people
Absolutely.
wants to know your regime, like when you do your skincare at home, they want to listen to you. I
Yeah.
have another question about microneedle. And as we are esthetician, as I know, we're not allowed, California not allowed us to use like needles, you know. We have to be careful with that, you know. But if you are medical esthetician, it's different, you know. You work in a medical spa and you work under the license of the doctors. It's all different ways you can work, but California law don't allow us to do any injections, right? So
Mhm.
just make this clear. I also want to
Well,
make
I
clear
mean, I'm,
I am a completely okay about Botox. Ladies that look at me, you're watching us, I not have anything against that. I just say sometimes if you take care more of your skin at home, you maybe not have to do that much, you
that's
know,
right.
another
That's right.
treatments.
I
That's
mean,
make
but
clear.
when you look at people, and there was it's two particular actresses I remember seeing at the Oscars recently, and both are beautiful. But
Amazing.
there's the Jane Fonda who talks
Ah,
about the things that she does,
my
but
favorite.
she's,
She's amazing.
yeah, and I mean, gorgeous beyond. But she's had a lot of work done, and she's happy to talk about that. And then you have the Meryl, what's her name? Meryl, not Meryl Streep, it's the other one. Oh, anyway, I can't think. But anyway, they were up there on the stage at the Oscars. Helen Mirren, and
Helena.
you can see she's got pretty skin. Her skin's healthy. It's so it's so pretty. But you can see she's got the lines, but it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, if your skin is pretty and it's healthy, it's
yeah.
beautiful.
That's what I
It's
thought.
and I
Yeah,
mean, both women are both beautiful, but they
yeah.
both their regimen is very different,
Yes.
and how they, what they feel is important for them, because we
Yeah,
must remember, it's what is important is that you do what's right and that makes you feel good. It's
yeah.
about
And
making
that,
you feel good,
yeah,
right? We're
yeah,
not here doing it for other people. It's like, no, 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 what's going to make you feel good? So I
exactly.
think that, that beauty, is a big subject on its own too, because it's like, who are the people that says this is a beautiful woman? Because I can tell you 95% of those people on that panel would be men. And I think, oh no, 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 hold on. Everybody's got their own unique, special thing. We're all
Yeah,
different. And you know what? It's all beautiful, really.
yes.
So
You
I
know,
think something to remember, don't be persuaded, don't magazines and that they're built a certain way to make people think a certain way, but everybody's got, we're all got our own unique look. If you keep your skin healthy and pretty, it's just all pretty, you know?
yes,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. They have a lot of things done. We can see it. They not hiding that. They didn't talk about, but they also take care very well their skin.
that's
I actually use the image of Jane Fonda because I can see she have a lot of works done, but I can see she's really treated herself well for a long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
just
she's very
now
true
as an
to herself,
actress. Yeah,
very true. And I think that's really important, isn't it? Just to sort of really
yeah,
to know who you are, accept it, love it,
yeah.
and put it out there.
And I think my work when I work in the clients they have the self-esteem like low is my work to telling them to stop to do that. You're not ugly. Your skin is not ugly. I love your skin. I put a sign in my room. I love your skin. So they
Oh,
can read. and they can feel it, because
Yes,
I
yes.
really love what I do. And I talked to this young lady yesterday, 29 years old, and have this case now with melasma gets more dark. I told her, stop to say that your skin is ugly. I don't want to hear from you that. Words have a power, you know. Don't say to
the
yourself that.
affirmations, very powerful.
Yeah, be patient, you know. So the wellness to do at home, it is to treat yourself good, give some
Yeah,
love to yourself,
that's
you
right.
know.
Exactly.
Don't think the makeup is gonna hiding everything, because sometimes they get worse.
Yes, yes,
So work well on your skin for you feel comfortable about your skin.
yes.
It's the
And
large
don't
organ that we
be
have,
aggressive. Yeah. Be
and we have
kind.
to really.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think that our job sometimes is to work like that, you know, give to them to feel, make them feel like more confidence about themselves, and it's really important for the treatment also. Because
Absolutely.
if I treat them and they keep saying they're not happy about themselves, that's not gonna show up, and I feel
Yeah.
so sad about it.
Yes.
So I kind of like do all this therapy that I told you, and now I'm studying about I told you, right, the crystal healing
Oh, I
crystals.
love, yes.
Yeah, because I like this healing therapies. Look at the last one that I got. It's like that.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's for to
beautiful. Are
clean
you
the
working with
energy.
them on the chakras, or how are you working?
Yes, because I did Reiki. That's
Yes.
they say in English, right? Long time ago in Brazil too, and I have a chance to do this person. She's from Argentina,
Oh,
and she came to Brazil and traveling and just do her amazing, incredible spiritual light, and she teach me very well. In here I just do sometimes when I do my treatments. Sometimes I not even mention. I just
yeah, of
you
course.
know
Yeah,
concentrate and do my law, because it is to work with energy, you know.
absolutely.
So
It's power within silence, isn't it? It's the
yeah,
ones that always say, "Oh, I've done, all of the, then it's just like, oh, maybe I won't go to you." It's
yes,
the
exactly.
power within it. It's such a special thing, and it's a unique thing, and
Yeah,
it's
some
not
people
something
believe,
can.
some people
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a very personal thing, and it's a you
Yes.
work with it. Yeah.
So definitely we want to give it to some answer to the people doing questions. I just saw the last one in here say, what are your time? Can you read it too, Marina?
Okay, will this video be saved? And I missed the beginning. Yes, I mean, I hope we're saving it, right? We can save it, hopefully.
Yeah, just so
Yes.
many questions, ladies. I'm so sorry. We keep talking, but
Well,
we're gonna get done.
Yeah, going to get cut off, aren't we? So we're coming back on for people to answer questions after? Are we doing that?
Yes,
Yeah,
if
after all,
they want to stay, you know, raise your hands there. Send to us emoji. Who's want to give it to Nerida question? So we just need to know if you guys want to continue for maybe 15 minutes. No, we are here. We're not going anywhere. We have to be home. And yes, the really powerful now this time is to support each other. And I've been talking to a lot of people. So yeah, I see a lot of people say yes, Nerida.
Okay.
So we just, what do you recommend to people do like their wellness at home? My first question.
Do you want to, because I know we're going to get cut off in like 1 minute. So do you want to pick that up after we come back on then?
Yeah, that's a bit better, right? For not to cut.
So
everybody holding there. I'm gonna turn it off, and then I'll be back, because we have to get the end. And the end, I'm gonna ask you like a message that you send to us. Okay, so hold in there, girls.
Guys, we'll be back.
Yes.